Y'all, it's official. Papoose and Claressa just confirmed they're in a relationship. And Remy Ma? She's not yelling this time. She's not throwing shade. She's emotional, on live, in front of tens of thousands of fans. And it's the most heartbreaking thing you'll see all week. This isn't rumor.
This isn't gossip.
This is real. Claressa went live and said it herself. I never wanted to hurt her, but I'm not hiding what's real anymore. And the next slide? A clip of her and Papoose together, smiling, relaxed, like they haven't just turned Remy's world upside down. So what happened? How did we go from black love goals to public heartbreak? With a woman watching her relationship fall apart in front of the world? Did Papoose change? Or was he never truly committed? And is Claressa really in love? Or is there something else behind it all? One thing's for sure. This isn't just a scandal. It's a full-on breakdown. And it's playing out live, minute by minute. Get ready, because what we're about to break down will have you questioning everything you thought you knew about love, loyalty, and legacy. It's the end of an era. Rem and Pap were supposed to be unbreakable. We're talking holding it down through thick and thin type of love. Matching fits, black love magazine covers. Interviews where they finished each other's sentences. They were the blueprint.
But now?
That blueprint is in flames. Because behind the anniversary posts and public praises, a whole different story was playing out. And her name? Claressa Shields. Let's be real, Claressa didn't just pop up out of nowhere. She's been orbiting this situation since last year's birthday incident. You remember, Remy skipped the party, Claressa posted that thank you, papcake photo. And suddenly, things weren't looking so innocent. But nobody expected this. Let's rewind. Things started getting weird late last year. Sources say Papoose began spending more time away from home, claiming he was working on a business project in Detroit. And Detroit? That just happens to be Claressa's hometown. Coincidence? Sure, but unlikely. At first, Remy stayed calm. She even defended Papoose on IG Live, saying, "Y'all always trying to break up black love. My man ain't going nowhere." But behind the scenes, things were falling apart. The distance grew. The calls got shorter. And then came the DMs. You already know, the internet detectives went to work. And what they found?
Phew.
Fans noticed Claressa wearing Papoose's merch. Papoose was quietly liking Claressa's gym selfies, then unliking them hours later. They even posted near-identical pics at the same steakhouse, just minutes apart. Still, Remy stayed silent. That is, until that video leaked. You know the one. The hotel hallway footage. Blurry, but clearly Papoose and Claressa walking together into a private suite at the Whitney in downtown Detroit at 2:36 a.m. And they weren't exactly dressed for a press conference. The footage went viral instantly. Blogs reposted it within seconds. Twitter blew up. TikTokers started reenacting it like it was a Netflix series. Everyone wanted to know, was it really them? And if so, why hadn't Papoose denied it? Well, he didn't. No statement. No explanation. Not even a simple "this ain't what it looks like" post. Instead, he shared a cryptic Instagram story. Sometimes peace comes after the truth. Then came the bombshell. Claressa went live, full glam, wine glass in hand, and she didn't hold back. I know some people are upset, but I'm not going to apologize for who I care about. Me and Pap, it's not a secret anymore. We're grown. We're moving forward. Boom. The internet exploded. Over 70,000 people tuned into that live. Comments were flying so fast, IG could barely keep up. And Remy? Still silent for a moment, until 2 hours later. She went live from her room. No makeup. Hoodie on. Eyes visibly swollen. Voice trembling. She stared into the camera for a full 15 seconds before saying, "I gave that man 15 years. A family. My loyalty. I stood by him through it all. And this is how it ends." Then she broke down. Fully.
Tears.
Struggling to breathe. Hiding her face. You could feel every piece of heartbreak. She continued, "Y'all turn this into memes and jokes, but I'm watching someone I trusted start a new chapter with a person who sat at my table. That's not love. That's disrespect. And just like that, hashtag Protect Remy started trending. Celebrities began weighing in. Taraji P. Henson commented, "You deserve better, sis." Meanwhile, the internet poured support onto Remy, while Papoose stayed silent. Claressa, on the other hand, posted a new selfie, wearing his hoodie, with the caption, "Sometimes the heart knows what the timeline can't handle." At this point, the internet split. Team Remy, Team Claressa, Team Where is Papoose, and Why isn't he speaking? Team Papoose must be hiding something. But what? People didn't know what was about to come out next would make that hotel footage look like a warm-up, because Remy's team had receipts, real ones. And once they dropped, the entire timeline melted. Let's break down the leaked voicemails, the suspicious business transfers, and how one old phone may have exposed everything. Because just when you thought the hotel scandal and Remy's emotional breakdown were enough to break the internet,
Nope.
that was just the appetizer. The very next morning, Remy's team went full scorched earth. They dropped what they called the truth files, a folder of evidence so detailed, so dramatic. It made other celebrity scandals look like playground drama. First up, the voicemails. Apparently, Remy still had access to one of Papoose's old Boo Voice accounts, the one he used for artist bookings. Turns out that line was also being used for something much more personal. One message, dated just weeks before the hotel leak, had Papoose's voice saying, "You're the only piece I've got, Ressa. I need you. I'm tired of pretending at home." Another, "Don't worry. I'm going to handle it. She just needs time to adjust. I'm not staying forever."
Oof.
And it didn't stop there, because it wasn't just emotional betrayal. The folder also included financial statements showing multiple transfers from the Black Love Legacy Fund, the same fund Papoose created with Remy, going straight to an LLC named Restivate. Who owns that business? You already know, Claressa Shields. Each transaction was labeled something like training support, equipment upgrade, and the one that had everyone's jaws on the floor, care package. A care package funded by Remy and Papoose's joint venture, to someone Remy now sees as the other woman. Social media blew up. One user tweeted, "Papoose used a loyalty fund to fund his side hustle and his side situation. The math is criminal." Another wrote, "He really went from Black Love King to suspicious account activity in under 48 hours." And while the internet dragged Papoose into oblivion, guess who went live again? Yep, Claressa. This time, she was solo, sitting in what looked like the same hotel suite, sipping a protein shake from a wine glass, like it was a casual Tuesday. She looked straight into the camera and said, "I'm not here to bash. I'm not here to bash anyone, but I'm also not apologizing for loving someone who made me feel seen. If you've ever felt like the second choice, you'd understand." The chat was on fire. Some praised her confidence. She's just claiming her peace. Others were less forgiving. You weren't just claiming peace, you were claiming someone else's partner. And through it all, Papoose still silent. Not a word, not a post, not even a like. But wait, it gets even more dramatic. Remy's cousin, who clearly had enough of staying quiet, came forward with screenshots from a private group chat labeled Pap and Reza's Vegas Escape. Inside were hotel bookings, flights, and even saved memes of Remy crying on live, with captions like, "We dodged a bullet." At that point, even longtime friend Fat Joe unfollowed Papoose on Instagram. And when you're day one, people back away. That says everything. Meanwhile, reports started circulating that Remy had entered emergency therapy, not just for the emotional toll, but because insiders claimed she suffered a severe panic episode after seeing a now viral TikTok remix of her crying live. Yes, people were turning her raw emotional footage into lo-fi music edits and meme content. One clip even turned her saying, "I gave that man 15 years," into a danceable audio track. The internet really said, no shame, no grace. But let's pause, because while all this is entertainment to viewers, for Remy, this is the collapse of everything she built. Her marriage, her brand, her ride-or-die image, all unraveling, not privately, but in full view of the public. And the backlash wasn't just emotional, it was professional. A streetwear collab she had in the works quietly dropped. Her podcast network announced a temporary pause, and an upcoming BET special featuring her story removed from the press release. No explanation given. Meanwhile, Clarissa's public image was skyrocketing. Her followers doubled in a week. Brands started reaching out. And then, she posted a teaser for a YouTube documentary titled, Unapologetic, The Other Side of the Story. Sis is really about to benefit from this entire mess. But here's where things take another sharp turn, because late last night, Papoose finally broke his silence. He posted a black and white selfie, with no caption, then followed it up with a moody video titled, Letter to Myself. But get this, he never once said Remy's name. Never said Clarissa's either. Just started talking in metaphors like he was auditioning for a poetry slam. He said, Love is hard when you outgrow each other's silence. Sometimes the realest thing to do is walk away, even if your feet still bleed. Excuse me, what? Fans were not amused. The top comment said it all. This man built his whole brand on loyalty, then left like it was a press tour. But the real shocker? Remy unfollowed him just 10 minutes later, then posted this on her IG story. Don't confuse my silence with acceptance.
Boom.
The internet lit up. The lines were drawn. The drama was real.
And now,
legal experts are stepping in. Multiple sources close to the situation, including Clarissa's trainer's cousin's ex-nail tech, allegedly, say that Remy's legal team has officially gotten involved. She's exploring every possible option, including suing both Papoose and Claressa. The potential claims: misuse of joint business funds, defamation, emotional distress, and damages tied to Clarissa's upcoming docuseries, which, according to Ray's team, contains private, inaccurate events that were never cleared for public release. And if you thought that was wild, it gets even deeper. Turns out the Black Love Legacy Fund Papoose was using to support Clarissa's business wasn't just between him and Remy. It was partially funded by outside investors. And when those investors realized the money meant for family programs and mentorship was being used elsewhere, yeah, let's just say the phones at the IRS lit up real quick. One anonymous investor told reporters, We thought we were backing something positive, not paying for luxury lounges and private getaways. Now there's buzz about both a civil suit and a potential audit, all while Remy's trying to piece her image back together on live streams. But she's not just sitting in the pain. Remy's already on the rebound. She's launched a new Instagram series called Healing Out Loud, where she opens up about betrayal, setting boundaries, and rebuilding your identity after heartbreak. Her first episode, over 2 million views in 24 hours. And in it, she said, I might have lost a man, but I didn't lose myself. That crown still fits. Period. Meanwhile, Claressa is doing what she does best, staying unbothered in public. She just locked in a luxury athletic wear collab, debuting the tagline, Built to Win, unapologetically.
But the internet? Not totally buying it.
Because remember that leaked Vegas group chat from earlier? Well, turns out there's more. Someone just released an actual video of Claressa and Papoose in what looks like a hotel suite. In the clip, they're discussing the timing of their public reveal, a soft rollout plan for their relationship. And in the footage, Claressa can be heard saying, We'll tell the world when the time is right. Let her look crazy first, then we move. Those 6 words changed everything. That one line flipped the internet on its head. Now, even Claressa's biggest supporters are giving her the side eye. Comments poured in. This wasn't love. This was calculated. So, you really turned someone else's pain into your rollout? Suddenly, Claressa's whole self-love and healing narrative started to feel a little staged. And Papoose still hasn't addressed the footage. Still no apology to Remy. Just more cryptic black and white selfies. Like he's stuck in a music video for emotions he never explained. But here's the real shocker. A new name just entered the chat. Last night, Gossip blog Ted Drop Daily dropped an anonymous tip with screenshots. Allegedly, Papoose has also been messaging a third woman, a rising R&B artist, for months. The messages? Flirty emojis. Late-night voice notes. Let's collab soon type energy. You already know the vibes. The artist hasn't spoken publicly, but sources say she's already sought legal guidance, in case her name gets dragged into the saga. Now the headlines are screaming. Papoose caught entertaining third woman while living with Claressa. Remy pursues legal action. Claressa pulls out of appearance. Hashtag Protect Remy rises again after third betrayal surfaces. The internet? Tired, but completely hooked. Reddit forums are tracking updates by the hour. YouTubers are making 3-hour breakdowns. TikTok has turned the saga into a choose-your-own drama experience. But in the center of the storm, one person is winning, quietly, steadily. Remy. Yes, she broke down. Yes, she got blindsided.
But what she did next?
That's called the comeback. She turned heartbreak into purpose. Booked to headline 2 women's empowerment events. She's launching her own healing podcast next month. And word is, she's in talks with a major streaming platform for a docu-series of her own. Working title, Remy, Unwritten. Poetic justice at its finest. As for Papoose and Claressa, sources say they're still together, but staying low after that leaked video of their soft rollout planning hit the blogs. The deals started dropping. That luxury athletic collab?
Gone.
Claressa's guest spot on a sports talk show?
Shelved.
Their power couple reality pitch? Dead before it even reached Netflix. And Papoose? Let's just say, if his next mixtape doesn't come with an open apology and a personal growth statement, nobody's checking for it. So, what's the lesson here? Trust isn't a slogan. Loyalty isn't a look. And sometimes the people closest to you are the ones who hit the hardest when you're not looking. Remy gave this man her name, her heart, and 15 years of her life. And he threw it away for protein shakes, private DMs, and hotel suite secrets. But she didn't break. She built. And that's why the internet is riding for her like never before. And that's the story, y'all. The rise and collapse of a hip-hop love story that was supposed to last forever. Undone by shady calls, burner phones, and an Olympic icon who couldn't stay out of other people's relationships. Remy gave her all. Loyalty, years, a whole family, just to be blindsided by 2 people who smiled in her face and kept secrets behind her back. Now one's vanished from the timeline. The other's posting workouts like nothing happened. But karma's coming, and she's got timestamps. So let's hear from you. Was Claressa always playing the long game? Did Papoose betray them both? And does Remy even owe anyone closure? Or should she rise in silence and let the headlines scream for her? Drop your take in the comments below. Did your heart break with Ray's? Or do you believe her next chapter is about to be the biggest one yet? Like the video. Subscribe for full breakdowns. And turn on those notifications because on this channel, the truth doesn't simmer. It boils. This is Gossip Spill Vibe, where the drama always finds a mic.